This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. The content in this video is based on The Power of You from Justin Jones-Fosu and is not an original work of our own. This video was made in response to the COVID-19 gathering closures to be able to educate Province 22 virtually using techniques learned from Justin Jones-Fosu, and we claim no ownership of the content taught. Enjoy.
Hello, welcome to the Power of We presentation. I know those of you at Officer Conclave got a whiff of this presentation back in old 2019, but today we're going to open it up for all to see and use. This video today will be an interactive version of the Power of We activity that will explore identifying social styles in each of you to be able to communicate more effectively, to resolve conflicts, and to ultimately build better relationships within your organization. In a moment, you're going to fill out a questionnaire that will determine one of your 4 social styles. We're going to tell if you're an analytical, driver, an amiable, or an expressive. Now I know you're anxious to hear about what groups you'll be in, but first we're going to have to fill out this questionnaire that you'll find in a link in the description below. Now one thing I would like to preface before we start this is there is no wrong style. Every style has its advantage, every style is needed, and every style can be an effective leader. With that said, let's get started on this questionnaire, which again can be found in the description below. As you can see, you have 2 columns where you'll have to mark yourselves accordingly to where you are ideologically on these numeric scales. When you filled up a column, add it up and divide by 15 to get your totals. I'll give you guys some time to fill it out. Please pause here to fill out and obtain your column values, and unpause when you're ready to continue. Great! These 2 totals will give you values on an X and Y axis that you will plot to reveal where you are in these sets of social styles. If you're on the line between 2 sections after you've plotted it, you will have to pick a side. If you got dead center 2.5 out of 2.5, I pray for you. Nah, I kid. But if you got dead center, please pick the side you best feel you fit with. Alright, is everyone ready? Good, alright. I see we have some stragglers in the back, but I'm going to go ahead and explain the groups. Driver. Drivers are the go-getters and make effort to set the pace. When they see a problem, they already know their solution and they are just waiting for you to catch up and get on board with them. If they see a problem, they are quick to react and to create an efficient solution by any means necessary. However, because of this steamroll attitude, they can come across as aggressive and uncaring. They care less about the feelings of others and more about the solution. Expressive. Expressives are the people's people. They are personable, talkative, and the life of the party. They are all about spontaneity. Like the driver, they are able to make decisions quickly based more on feelings and opinions. However, they can lack focus because of their desire to act on opinions and intuitions. Due to their emotional nature, they can seem aggressive and opinionated. Analytical. Analyticals are, well, analytical. They take action cautiously and analyze everything about their situation before proceeding. They are so cautious and analytical, they can come off as indecisive. These are the kind of people who you ask where to go out to eat and they can never decide. They're great planners, organizers, and problem solvers when they can decide on a solution. Because of their indecisive nature, they can seem cold or detached and may not communicate unless there is a specific need to do so. Amiable. Amiables, like the expressives, are very open with their feelings. However, they are a bit more reserved. They make efforts to relate and be supportive of people's feelings. They have a certain joy, warmth, and freshness that they add to the social situation. They are very easygoing and try to avoid conflict. This easygoing nature may be perceived as being unproductive to some other social styles. They can lack conviction, and it can be tough to get a straight answer out of them to maintain security within themselves. Does this make sense to everyone? Are there any questions? Alright, I think I'll move on. For you viewing at home, feel free to rewind or take a look at the form in the description for more information on these. Now, if you're looking at your plot graph, take note of the social style diagonal from yours. This diagonal style is your opposite social style, and probably the one you have the most trouble interacting with because of an entire difference in how you both approach social situations. So for drivers, it's the amiables, and for analyticals, it is the expressives, and vice versa. With that being said, in a moment we're going to break off into groups and go do our activity. In the activity to come, we're going to break out into our 4 groups, 1 for each social style. In your social style group, you guys are going to work together to write down 3 or more things you dislike about your opposite social style. Once we all do that, we'll come back and we'll openly share to your opposite social style as a group what you wrote. The opposite style group will proceed to thank them, and we'll continue till all groups have shared their dislikes for their opposite group. Alright everyone, let's get together in our groups for the breakout. Please click one of the 4 annotations you see on the screen to go work with your respective social style. I'll see you guys all back here in a bit.